Okay. Who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands in my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Welcome to episode 271, I think, of the Dan Who live show, the week, well, the episode where we recap the week that was, sort of. We're 200 plus episodes in, you should know what it is by now. But saying that, I have got a decent bump in subscribers this week. So if this is your first show, welcome to the nonsense. We talk Marvel Legends. So if you like Marvel Legends, you're in the right place, all right? So let me introduce Rich. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. You alright?
All good. I've fumbled on my words out. I've done that intro over 271 times, and I just couldn't get it out. Couldn't get it out properly, but we made it. We're fine. We're good. How's your week been?
Yeah, busy as ever, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad week.
I want the small violins out for me again because I went back to work this week and it's like been so busy. I know, yeah, and like.
I've been 3 weeks off work. I had 2 days now. 2 days. I get my little tiny as the violins.
It's like I've never had a day off. It just feels like you get straight back into the routine. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake! Like, I'm looking at my calendar. Like, when can I next have a day off again? It's ridiculous. But anyway, we're back to it. This is always a fun distraction, talking toys. And as we're still in January, let's just keep it loose and fun. Let's just talk about our wish lists, what we would like to see from Marvel Legends in 2026. Now, last week we spoke about the facts. We spoke about the things that had officially been revealed, which are, and I have updated my graphic, by the way. So this is, there you go, Lizard is right there. There he is. So this is everything that has officially been revealed for 2026 so far. And we've worked it out. Roughly, I still think we've got about 100 reveals to go, because for the last couple of years we've got at least 130 plus Marvel Legends. So there's about 30 plus on this picture here. So that's probably around 100 Marvel Legends still to be revealed in 2026. So I've quite simply asked Rich to pick 5 Marvel characters he would like to add to his Marvel Legends collection. I've also done the same thing. So in no particular order, it's not a top 10 list. We're just talking about some characters that we would like to see brought to life. And then from those characters, we may go off on a tangent to talk about the teams they're associated with, or what costumes we want them in, or what eras, etc., etc. So got lots of different Marvel characters to discuss today as we wish list and sort of put into the zeitgeist, put into the universe what we would like to see in 2026. Because so far, me and Rich last week says, so far they're off to an okay start, but nothing amazing yet, but off to an okay start. But as I always say, the longer you've been a collector, the harder it is for you to be pleased, the harder it is for you to get something you want, because you've already got so much that you want. But if you are a fresh face stepping into collecting in 2026, and you've got a world of Marvel Legends to dive into. But let's go into the housekeeping first and foremost. You know how it works. Anything over £4 or $4, Friday, our talking robot assistant will read out your super chat. It is never changed in the 270 plus episodes. We're here live. Be a part of the conversation. We appreciate it. If somebody can make sure she's working, you know, I always appreciate that first one. And again, hit that join button. Stop being shy. If you watch every week and you want to get involved, you can do so. It is so simple. You hit that button, then you DM me on Instagram, and within the same day, the same week, you can be be on the channel. Support the channel, be on the channel. I always say it, and it really is that simple. And what I mean is you can join the bonus show tonight. If you join at the Who Crew Deluxe tier, then you can be on tonight's after show. Every single Thursday, we have an after show for channel members. Now, sometimes I leave them to be public to give people a little taste to see what is there. But if we get 5 super chats during today's show, it will be public while it is live. Otherwise, we'll just have a nice chat like we did last week. We had a nice conversation last week. Sometimes they go for half an hour, sometimes for 45 minutes. Sometimes they go for an extra hour. Do you know? So it's bonus content every single week. Support the channel, be a part of the channel. I appreciate yous. So I have been reviewing the Deadpool wave. Rich, do you have a favourite so far? Have you been watching the reviews?
I like brown Wolverine.
Brown suit Wolverine. Here he is. Cowl or no cowl, Rich? That is the question.
He should have come with no cowl, shouldn't he? But you haven't got that choice unless you've got the older figures. So
yeah, technically no cowl is accurate, but I think they originally had the cowl on him, and they've just removed it in post, because someone said something in my comment section that did make a lot of sense to me. It was like, if he was wearing the cowl during those montage scenes, because if you remember in the montage, none of the Wolverine variants were wearing the trademark cowl. It was all variants that don't. So if he was wearing the cowl at that scene, then the reveal of him finally putting on the cowl at the end of the movie wouldn't have been as impactful. So I sort of agree with that. So it makes sense why it wasn't in the brown suit, but I'm not mad they included it by any means. They just should have also included the spare head. For someone like me who has the other versions, it's not the end of the world for me because I have them, but I understand people's frustrations if you just wanted this and didn't want to buy anything else. But if you are buying everything in this wave, then you've given yourself some options. But there's brown suit. I've just done a review for Cassandra Nova, and that head sculpt is epic, by the way. That's such a solid representation of that power set. Again, not the most exciting of Marvel Legends, I grant you, but it's accurate to the movie. You know, she doesn't need Spider-Man articulation. These live action figures sometimes just need to be a solid representation of the source material. And
how dare you ask for less articulation,
I'm
Dan?
not asking for less. Don't put words into my mouth. I'm just saying, for me, on a character like Cassandra Nova, I didn't need Spider-Man level articulation, all right? But that's just my opinion. If somebody needs Spider-Man articulation on their Cassandra Nova, then good for them. I'm just saying.
I want her to backflip and bend all her. She can't even bend a double. She hasn't got double jointed elbows.
No, that's shit. That is shit. No, not having double jointed elbows.
She's got limited fingering abilities with her. She can't do full fingering. It's just not good.
That's just unfair to her, to be fair. Yeah. So in 2026, everybody as standard should have pinless, double jointed knees and elbows. That shouldn't even be a conversation. That should be standard. Laura looking really good as well. Do you reckon she's too tall, or Rich?
Yeah, and they've mucked it up, haven't they? They've inverted the colour scheme, because the jacket should be black and the t-shirt should be the lighter colour.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
And as well, no, on the sleeves, they've made the sleeves like it's part of the jacket. That's the same colour, but it's not. The sleeves are like the t-shirt. It's like that should just be like a vest, shouldn't it, on top?
I think that I should take the jacket off and find out, but I think you're right. Yeah, I think. To be fair, I didn't even fucking notice, but I'm an idiot. I just look at these, and if they look like they do in the movie, I don't know, it's like an interpretation.
I think the likeness is good, but I just think it's crap that we've got two heads and they didn't even do like a different expression. Yeah. It's literally the same head with one with hair that way, one with straight hair.
I literally went on Photoshop. I was like overlapping faces and everything, and realised that the faces were the exact same. Now, the Blade has got the most criticism in the comments due to his proportions. Now, I'm not challenging anybody who thinks these proportions are odd, but I'm not as critical as somebody like who is it? Anthony's Customs. He likes anatomically correct proportions and stuff like that, and I get that. Everybody's allowed a preference, so no shade on that. But for me, it looks like Blade. But people are saying his hips are too fat and stuff like that. Do you an initial glance, Rich, do you look at that and go, ugh, proportions are horrible?
I was nearly sick, to be honest with you, Dan. I was sick in the corner looking at it.
Yeah.
I thought, that doesn't look like anything. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, I'm just not. People get mad at me when I'm not as hypercritical as them. But if you've got a voice, make a YouTube channel and you say what you want to say. I'm not I'm not bending to the pressure of the comments. Like, I like it. What do you want me to do
Neither
about
is
it?
Cassandra
Right?
Nova. She can't bend either.
She can't bend. Definitely not her abs. But to be fair, all the upper torsos are a little bit limited on all of them, to be fair, due to they've went for the aesthetic approach, because I do think it's a case of the MCU figures have to go through a bit more of a rigid licensing, because they need to look like they do in the movies, so they can't take liberties like some of the comic designs. So like, it looks good, but it doesn't move as good as you would want it to. So I completely agree.
Where's his knives? Like tax money to pay, doesn't he? So he's probably cheap to license. And like Jennifer Garner, she's got all like Ben Affleck divorce money, haven't she? So she's probably loaded.
Who knows?
So she's probably like, you're not making a figure of me unless you give me £1 million, please.
I've just assumed, and again, I don't know nothing, I'm not in a Marvel movie, but I just assume these days when you sign for these type of big movies, your likeness and all of that is tied up within the contract. But I know some actors are really
it
against
depends how big. Yeah, some people
Yeah.
wouldn't give the
Because it's
likeness
like
rights,
AI.
will they?
Yeah. Some actors
Or they
have, like,
want approval, and then it's like you got to jump through 1 million hoops to make sure they look right.
Yeah, some actors now are like, don't want their likenesses signed over because they feel like they can be recreated in AI down the line and not get paid for reshoots and stuff like that if they're just just CGI in your face or something. So I get it. It's complicated times, people. I know Twitter was getting in trouble recently because their AI was just like, people were just going crazy with it. So yeah, it's a mad world. It's a mad world. But
It was Peter. The thing about that, I understand what people were saying, but it was surely the people asking for that were doing wrong. Not the because it's like, no offense, you could go on. I could go in Photoshop and put a bikini on you. I could draw you in a bikini. Like
people
that,
do.
That's
people,
the bit that
there
I'm
are
like.
people on YouTube who Photoshop my face on the most random shit all the time. So there's like, you don't even need AI. People are willing to do it anyway. So yeah, have fun. But let me go to the YouTube channel real quick just to show you. There you go. So Cassandra Nova is live, Blade is live, X-23 is live, Brown Suit Wolverine is live, and so is Wolverine with the cowl. We now have an accurate final battle Wolverine with battle damage on the front, but Rich, none on the back. He kept the back clean. Like, people missed that part of the movie, but like, the way he was fighting in the movie, he was keeping his back clean the whole time. So technically, the clean back is movie accurate. Yeah.
Party in the front, business in the back.
Checking. I don't. Honestly, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, who's displaying their? I guess. No, actually, I'm not going to argue with that. They should put it on the back. I get it. But go and check out the reviews for yourself, and you can moan at me in the comments if you like. Engagement is engagement. Sometimes I purposely say something wrong just to get engagement. So really, I'm a genius. All right. So go and honestly, you can say everything right in a video, right? People won't care. They'll just watch it and move on. You say one thing wrong, boom, to the keyboard they go. So it's actually wiser to say something incorrect in a video, because that will encourage engagement, which will then encourage YouTube to push your video more. So a little tip for content creators out there: purposely say something wrong. All right, as long as you can, your self-esteem can take a bruising on YouTube. That's what you put yourself out there. It comes with the territory, I'm afraid. Yeah, Rich has been photoshopping me on bikinis and everything. It's ridiculous. But there you go. There was a Marvel Legend pre-order today, Rich, as well. Grizzly, aka definitely not Ursa Major. Will you be getting him?
No.
No, okay. I probably will, just so I can have him as Grizzly, and I'll keep my Builder figure as Ursa Major, because I have no choice to have that head on the Ursa Major body, do I? Because the colours are going to be different. So this would have to be Grizzly, and I'd have to keep the Builder figure as Ursa Major, which I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with. I'm going to finally reunite Dr. Doom with his gold, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be a good Samaritan and return to Doom his gold bars that were robbed off him. Which ones? Was it those ones? Yeah, those ones. Doom's gold bars. And First Central Bank. Is that Spider-Man? Is that just a random bank for Spider-Man? I'll give it to a villain. There you go. This is up for pre-order right now. Went up for pre-order today at 6 p.m. if you want it, people. So go and get it. But there is all the Marvel Legends we currently know about. So far, no more reveals in January. But Dan Yoon did say, just because there isn't a Marvel live stream doesn't mean we won't get reveals in January. So I still think there are opportunities for a few things to be revealed this year. Via what means, I don't know. But yeah, we will see some stuff before the year is before the month is over for sure, and then I think we'll get a stream in February. because they need to start. They need to go next. What is next, Rich? You reckon? Is it Secret Wars? Is that where our money's going? I think it is.
I reckon the retro Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That's got to be the most likely because, like I think we've said before, they're not really gonna do Secret Wars next year when there's the Secret Wars movie gonna come out as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's got to be soonish before like all the Doomsday hype stuff, and then you got the Spider-Man movie as well. So I could see maybe like that, the Secret Wars, and then maybe one more Bathwave before Spider-Man shows up.
If Spider-Man has a trailer at the Super Bowl, which is rumoured, which is some point in February, and the Marvel live stream is after then possibly. They don't always reveal movie stuff on a live stream. There has been other avenues, but I do think as soon as we've seen that first Spider-Man trailer, then yeah, Spider-Man figures being shown sooner fair game, so they can be in our hands before the movie's out, like we did with Fantastic Four. But yeah, I think Secret Wars would be where my money is on for the next sort of full wave. I have asked a question in the poll, Rich, just quite simply, do you want Build-A-Figures moving forward? Same question to you, Rich. If you were in charge, would you do Build-A-Figures anymore, or would you just skip them?
I like Build-A-Figures, but I skipped the last one because I don't want all the figures in there apart from Enchantress. So yeah, you do good roster. Like if they had done the minifigures, the last minifigures wave, and put Enchantress in with that would have been impossible for 4 females. But then an Executioner with those, that would have been an amazing wave. I would have loved that Build-A-Figure. But the last Build-A-Figure was just weird. It was a weird choice of lineups.
When I got the wave in hand, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would, but that's always the case when you finally get your mitts on these things. But I agree, it's like, there has to be a good lineup for a Build-A-Figure wave to make sense.
When I pay £10 per figure in April, I won't hate it either, but until then, I'll keep her away.
Yeah, that's it's one of them, isn't it? Well, if they are removing the Build-A-Figure and the price also went down, and then later down the line you knew you're going to get these characters in the bigger format as a deluxe, and it would all be, I think I'd be okay with that. But just as a traditionalist and a Marvel Legends fan, then yeah, Build-A-Figures are just part of it. Do you know? So I don't want them to go away. I don't want them to go away.
That's the thing over the last 2 years, though. The amount of Build-A-Figures now that they've re-released as deluxes, it kind of like, even with the Executioner, I was like, well, should I just wait? And then they'll release him in like maybe like a different color armor, like in a couple of years' time.
I tried to figure out the shortest window between Build-A-Figure and re-release, and I think it was about 4 years. So it's still a good chunk of time before a re-release, a Build-A-Figure and a re-release.
Ursa Major wasn't that long ago, though.
But it was when you think about it. When was the Ursa Major wave? Let's look.
It was one of the Iron Man waves, wasn't it?
But this is what I mean. Time's moving quick. As we're getting older, Rich, time's moving much quicker than we assume. Maybe the chat's telling me before I even write this down. If they are, let me know. Ursa Major wave. Let's have a look. That was... What year do you think?
2021?
Bang on, 2021.
Come on, I'm like Brandon, man. I know all the dates and all.
So what year is it now? 2026, and it's a 2026 release. So that's, again,
oh
like
my
I
God,
said.
is that 2026?
So it's 4-year gap, like I said. So it's still about 4 years between releases.
2021 to 2026. That's 5 years.
I thought even longer then, is my point.
There you go.
Yeah, even longer. So this is what I'm saying. Like, when we've been in the game so long, we're just assuming the time's shorter than it is. But yeah, all good. Glenn Miller, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much. 199, I appreciate that. Little thumbs up and a heart. Let me say hello to you guys actually while the chat's on. Let me just shout out some names. I'll scroll up. I am planning to move the stream back to 8 o'clock, by the way, but things keep going wrong for me. I had technical issues today, so yeah, my bad. But I am planning to move the stream back to 8. And then maybe that allows me to have a longer after show, maybe. We shall see. But bear with me, people, as I get back into the routine. But shout out Mark Tat, Jamie Gitchard, Andrew, a.k.a. Virtual Dave, Eric Bennett, Adam, Batman Moran, a.k.a. Figure Cave Collectibles, is watching. And he wanted us to discuss arseholes, Rich. That's genuinely what he said. Yeah.
What?
He says everyone's got one. He said a wish lists are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. And if you want to hear...
He was offering me head last. I'm starting to question Adam.
Who else we got? David Evan Smith is enjoying his annual leave. He's got a week off. He's been making customs, Rich. One of them may make an appearance on today's show. I may show you what he's been building, what he's been making. You'll like it. You'll like it. Jay's also recovered from the man flu. Congratulations, Jay. He's been on the steroids for a good 2 weeks proper, and he's now recovered. His voice is back. So shout out, Jay. I am Gregory Trejo says, what's up, Dan and Rich? Ben is there. Mr. Macaca. I'm still saying it wrong, and Ben. I'm still saying it wrong. I'll just call you Ben. That's like your actual name. Mikey Moonboots is there as well. Mikey Moonboots, shout out you. The Imagination Emporium, aka Simon. Simon has messaged me saying he's going to be joining Legends and Liquor for the very first time on the next episode. So shout out Simon. Jason Lopez, the retweeting king, is there as well. So is 16 Mike. And I like that 16 Mike has changed his avatar back. All right, I think he did that just for me, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. It's back to Hobgoblin. Kay's there as well. Marvel Legends Puppet Master. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Or maybe he's just saying he's Marvel Legends Puppet Master. There's Rick. Thank you very much.
Legion_X83 donated $5. Howdy, folks.
Oh, thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate that. He also thanked you in the comments of last week's video, Rich, for the channel membership. He was watching the football at the time. I'm assuming he meant British Premier League and not American football. You know, real football, English. They kick the ball, you know. Let's get into it. I'll just start some trouble. Madison Kingswood's there as well. Phil Jones. Have you heard of Phil Jones? Do you know that name? I only know someone called Hill
Phil
Phones.
Jones is my favourite. Phil Jones is my favourite.
I only know someone called Hill Phones. Don't know who Phil Jones is. Who else we got? Space on the Shelf is there as well. He says maybe it will be a heavier year for MCU stuff. Yes, it will definitely be heavier for MCU stuff this year. Absolutely, compared to last. But we're always going to have more comic than MCU within a calendar year, I think. That's a good question, Rich, actually. Do you reckon we've ever had a year where we've had more MCU releases than comic?
Maybe like that.
Maybe I think it's been close.
Like Avengers, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel.
I reckon it's closer than I'm assuming. That's a good question. Someone do the maths. Go and figure it out.
I suppose it depends if you class like Disney Plus stuff as well, because that was like just after COVID. There was loads of Disney Plus waves as well, wasn't it? And that died off.
Yeah. Damien Zay says, hope we get an updated Azrael next. He wants an updated Azrael. Do we even have a regular Azrael?
Does he mean Azazel?
Maybe he does, and I'm reading it wrong.
Is it the Nightcrawler's father, is it?
The red one. I'm assuming like the red Nightcrawler, yeah.
Yeah, Azazel.
Azazel, not Azrael. Who's Azrael?
No.
Like,
Azrael
she lives under the sea, right? No?
That's Ariel. Azrael is the Batman.
Yeah. You got it. Yeah. I'm with you. Lady Max says, well, your boy's got toys. He says, is it accurate to Snipes is huge on the lower half? Yeah, I just think people just want to hate Legends. So, like, some people watch my reviews and they want to hate. So they just look for anything to hate. And that's okay. If that's what you get out of this hobby, then good for you. But that's more tallying on you than it is anyone else. Kurt.
Mark Hayden messaged me. Mark Hayden. Dan Hayden messaged me earlier to see if I'd watched the new Star Trek series that just came out. And I was like, I hate Holly Hunter. She's up there with Kitty Pryde and my people that I hate.
Oh, dear.
And he was like, Rich.
Shout out, Cloud.
Holly Hunter does her voice, and she talks. We're going to go badly go when no one's gone before everyone. Let's get on the bridge. I just can't. I can't do 10 episodes of that. I don't think. I feel like I just prepare myself for it.
I didn't even know it was out. Glenn again with another super chat. Thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate that. Kenny's there in Counterculture. Kenny, I need an update of what's going on in your house. Tim's there, aka Disavowed. I've seen Rush there. Cloud's here as well. So some regular faces are popping in. I appreciate that. South Presents, thank you very much.
At Shelf Presents donated $5.
We can hear Friday.
Hi,
thank
Dan.
you.
Not a fan of BAF's Perfa Deluxe releases. I'd love to see a new classic Crimson Dynamo, Annihilus, or maybe a Builder Horse.
Oh, do you know what? I should have brought up Annihilus today. That's a great shout. South Present, thank you very much. He says, not a fan of Builder figures, prefer the deluxe re-releases. I'd love to see a new classic Crimson Dino, Annihilus, and maybe Builder Horse. He hates Builder figures unless it's a horse, and then he's in. That's how you get South Presents in on Builder figures.
Annihilus would be good, and then I suppose they've had that Cosmic Invasion game has just come out, and he's like
Yeah.
the big bad behind that.
Annihilus has to be this year. Has to be. With Diamond Select showing theirs off like for 2 years, surely somebody at Hasbro paid attention to that and went, maybe we should do one. So hopefully. I just want to scroll up to shout out Glenn Miller's picks because he dropped a couple of super chats. He says he's hoping for at least Graviton, I think that's it, Wizard, Trapstar, Maximus, Red Ghost, Rama Tut, and Exodus this year. So nice little group of villains.
I'd love an Exodus. He's long overdue.
We may be bringing Exodus up in a little bit later on. And Kenny says, you'll see an empty space and some holes in my wall on the recap. Yeah, I'll be watching the recap, Kenny, just for an update on his. I don't like he had burst pipes or something, and I don't know. His room looked like a crime scene. I need to know. I need a full recap of what happened on your show tonight, Kenny. All right. All right. Enough of that. Let's get into it, Rich. Let's do your picks first. All right. Let's do your picks first, because let me just show you this picture first, Rich. All right. Let me just show you this picture. Actually, do you recognise this picture? What are these?
All the figures we picked last year.
Yes, it is exactly that.
Is it? Hey!
Donald226 donated $5.
Shout out,
What
John.
up, shelf presents? That is all.
John doesn't want to acknowledge us. He wants to acknowledge South Presence. So, John, South Presence, John's got a message for you. He says, what up? That is all. Nothing more to add. But I do appreciate the super chat. John, thank you very much. So, yes, this is all on my picks from Marvelous March last year. Now, I thought this was a genius way for me to get some short form content, and I thought I'd have more TikTok followers than Blatchard Lorenz by the end of it. So it was a bit of work, even though it's like a 30-second video, a minute-long video. Doing one a day with editing and all of that, making a script and then editing it. It was more work than I wanted it to be, but I stuck to it.
You wrote scripts for those?
Well, little tiny scripts, just so whatever. My point is, I did a video
Feral.
a day.
This is Feral. Wikipedia.
I mean, I just wanted to. You get a couple of a minute to condense like some key facts, and I tried to go and watch them. They're not bad.
You did good. You did good.
Yeah,
You did good. I just wind you up.
Yeah, thank you. Well, my point is, it was more work than I wanted it to be, but I thought it would be genius because every sort of trend I see is like day one of doing, day two of doing this. So I thought this is genius. I'm gonna be TikTok famous. Rich. That didn't happen. No one give a shit. No one give a flying fuck. On TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, no one cared. I don't think anybody cared. They never got any extra engagement. I think like day 3 or something random like that got the most engagement out of all of them. It was a failed experiment. But it was an experiment.
And YouTube censored Shana as well, didn't it? The one that we did get, they censored her.
So just a quick little look. So we've got Mephisto, Feral, Madam Web, Daredevil, Mole Man, Overdrive, Diamondback, but that was more to talk about the Serpent Society in general, Swordsman, Exodus, Baron Mordo, Albert and LCD, Nebula, Death's Watch, Airwalker, Young Avengers, Beast and Jubilee, Death's Bird, Echo, Shana the She-Devil, Jack of Hearts, Bucky Barnes, Mantis, Man Spider, Armat, Gorgon and Triton, Rachel Summers, Betsy Braddock, Shard, Mandarin, Hepzibah and Razor down there. You can see I've written Razor too. And then the Wizard as well. So that's more than 31 different Marvel Legend characters. So today's title is called Wishlist. So I just wanted to start off with this because I want all of these. So Rich, you even just said that we did actually get some of these. So out of the, let's just say roughly 31 picks I had, right? All of these, let me just go full. So 31 picks there. I did this in March, and at the time of doing this, obviously none of these had been revealed. So by the end of 2025, how many of my 31 wishes got granted? How many did I get, do you think?
10.
10.
Higher or lower?
Close. I think it's 11. All right, here we go. So correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So Mephisto was revealed, right? Feral, correct. Yeah. Obviously Daredevil was a bit cheating because that was sort of the reveal for Daredevil, but all good. That's allowed. Nothing from that row, nothing from that row. We got Shana the She-Devil, like you mentioned. We got Death's Bird. I put Beast and Jubilee question mark because we did get the character Jubilee. But
We didn't get that Jubilee though, Dan.
Exactly.
No, we didn't.
There's
We
no
didn't
tick
get it.
there. I did not tick it, Rich. I just put a question mark to acknowledge the character. That's all. Gorgon and Triton, I did put a tick. Rachel Summers, I put a tick.
Was they in the same 2-pack? No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. They were separate. But we did get them both, so I ticked it.
There you go.
Rachel Summers, I ticked. Betsy Braddock, I put a question mark again because we did get a Betsy Braddock. We did get an updated version of that outfit, the Jim Lee outfit, but not the two probably when we want the most. So I put a question mark to acknowledge we've got that character. Same with the Mandarin. We did technically get a Marvel Legends Mandarin, but not the one we wanted. So again, I put a question mark to acknowledge the character. So out of all of that, out of all those picks, I got 11 figures or 11 Marvel Legends, which are all of these. So these were all the releases from the stuff that I predicted in March. Well, not predicted, I tried to put into the zeitgeist. So I think I'm not going to do Marvelous March again this year. I don't think it was worth the work. I really don't think it was. Short form content is too fiddly. It's not for me. I prefer live stream. I prefer conversations. Like, you know, I love a live stream. Like, you can talk, have a conversation, interact, and then go to bed. Do you know, like, you ain't got fiddle with small graphics, right? So probably Marvelous March won't return. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll think about it later in the month of February. We shall see. But if you want Marvelous March again this year, please let me know. Please encourage me. Some nice words would be nice. But otherwise, these are all what I got last year. So, Rich, what's your favourite out of all of these?
I mean, I like Feral. Deathbird is great as well. Those two, Rachel Summers as well. Rachel
was in my top 10. Rachel was in my top 10. I love Rachel. She fills a gap. She's the version I wanted. We got the two heads. Really like Rachel. Feral, I acknowledged Feral in my top 10 more so for the character significance. I know it's not subjectively the best Marvel legend, but like, she was that last piece to X-Force, and like, for me that means more. That holds weight in my collection and the way I collect. So I acknowledge that by putting her as 10 in my top 10 list. Rachel was a bit higher. Psylocke was a bit higher, and I heard your criticisms last week about Psylocke as well, and I don't disagree with them at all. I do think they could have probably done a better job. I don't think she's whitewashed as such, but it was very like anime style. Compared to what you can see on the comic book page. So it's sort of a soft likeness, isn't it, rather than a proper one. And I haven't opened the two Inhumans packs. I don't have the Medusa one yet. I'm assuming you haven't got it yet either, right? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not getting the Inhumans packs. Of
course you're not. I just thought female, maybe Rich will get it, but no, ignore me.
If I'd got them, they'd be with you by now, wouldn't they?
I don't have. I have the Black Bolt and Triton, but I'm not opening it until I get Medusa. So I probably won't have that for a couple of weeks yet. I think it is starting to hit the UK. I think, but
it was mid-January when it got delayed for some reason, but
yeah. So anyway, so this is everything that was from my Marvelous March that got revealed. So my point is, out of all of that, not a lot. Not a lot. So I've asked Rich today to pick 5 characters that he would like. And this isn't Rich pandering to the audience. This is Rich's list. This is what Rich would like to see. Again, everybody's collections are unique to them for their own reasons. So everybody would have a different list. And I said to Rich, it's not a top 5. It's just like pick 5 characters you'd like to see. So this isn't going to be in any particular order. But
I spent a lot of time thinking about this list. It was literally walking from the shop back to work. I was like,
well, look, I always like these topics because they just incite conversation. So that's exactly what we can do here. With your first pick, Rich, tell us why you love it and why you want it in Legends form.
Oh, Sync would be my number 1 pick as well. So I love the Generation X kids. We've had a few of them. We've had Husk, we've had Monet, we've had Chamber. But I think the big missing piece would be Sync. Sync is my most favourite of all the Generation X male kids. He's great. His power is to sync, so he can sync with any other mutant. He's got this aura that goes behind him. So if he syncs with Jubilee, he can do a fireworks, but he can do them better than Jubilee. He could like blow up a building. If he like syncs with Sabretooth, then he becomes big and bulky, and he can become more agile than Sabretooth ever could. So like he's like a top tier mutant, and he dies in the original Generation X run. He is the only member to die, but then when Krakoa come around, they bring him back, and he becomes one of the main members of the X-Men team. I think I said this a lot. Like, apart from Cyclops and Jean, he's the only character that stays with that team throughout the run. He's part of the Krakoan X-Men throughout the whole volume. Great character, great development, and he would fill out that Generation X. Like, if we get him, I think it's only really Jubilee, Penance, and Skin that we need to, like, fill out that team. And Mondo, I suppose. Mondo, you get a big figure of. But yeah, but Sync is, like, much missing, I think, from the X-Men, especially since he had such a big push in the Krakoan era. So I think, like, modern audiences would know him as well. So yeah, he'd be great in his Generation X costume. It's got to be in his Generation X costume. I don't want his modern day look first. I want him in his Generation X costume, and then he can go next to Jubilee and Husk on the shelf.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Monet, Jubilee they haven't got.
So we've got Husk and we've got Monet in their costume, so it makes sense that we've also got Chamber, but he never wore a costume. So
so Chamber did so they did a more modern version of Chamber. So Chamber did wear like the Generation X trousers and he had the belt on, but obviously because he blew off his chest, he just wore like black t-shirts then underneath.
So yeah, so in the uniform, and again, it's sort of, I always say this, like, one of the things I would encourage most to the Marvel Legends team is please focus on completing teams. Like, I understand you've got to always release a Spider-Man and a Captain America and an Iron Man because you've always got to have these A-listers available for new collectors, etc. I get that, right? But please remember the people that have been in it for 20 plus years and there's still teams we need completing, all right? Find a way to make it happen and complete some teams. And Generation X is one of those teams that we haven't got completed. And it's also got a retro card, hasn't it, Rich? That we have not actually seen recreated from the Toy Biz days. So would your ideal release for Sync be on this sort of remade tribute packaging? Would that like be a dream release?
At this point, Dan, I take Sync in an Iron Man card with his feet dangling in the bottom like She-Hulk. I don't think they're going to do this card. Like I said before, like, I would love a Generation X card, but I think it's too niche for Marvel to do, for Hasbro to do. Because Generation X... I know, but Generation X is like not like, it's like they brought it back for a second volume, but that never really took off, even though it was really good. It's never something they've used again. So unless it comes around that they're going to do a Disney Plus Generation X spin-off at some point, I can't see this being used for a while. So I don't think they would, especially like they haven't even done like Incredible Hulk retro cards. I know they used it on those deluxes, that artwork. But if we can't even get Hulk, or even X-Force, which I would say X-Force is more well-known than Generation X. We haven't even, apart from Deadpool, we haven't had a full line of X-Force cards. So I think Generation X would be way down on Hasbro's list. Like, as a con exclusive, like, do a Jubilee, do a Sync, they would be great figures to get, but I just can't see them doing it, to be honest with them.
Yeah, I was trying to think
So I will take it any way we can.
So I was thinking that this Ghost Rider is a retro card that we've only ever got one of, but you're right, the Deadpool in the black card, we've only ever got one of them, and then we've never got the Blue X-Force, and we've never got this, and then we've never got the Hulk, but the Hulk's getting its own sort of tribute in the deluxes. So my question for you is, did you have the mail-away Sync?
So I've got it now, but that's only because like I tracked down. No, I didn't have it as a small child. I did not have Sync. I was very disappointed not to get him. Yeah, I picked him up about like 10 years ago off eBay, I think.
When I was doing the research, I was like, is there a picture of Sync in the packaging for Generation X? But then I realised that he never had one. He was like a mail away, like they did, and like you had got him in a little baggie essentially. So yeah, I was curious if you had one. But you do.
It's a repainted, like the face is just Astral Professor X. Like they just used that and like stuck it on like the body they use for Chamber. I think the legs are like Chamber's legs.
I wouldn't be mad at that though. It's filling that void. You were happy to add him.
Yeah.
So currently, right now, in action figure existence, is this the only Sync we have?
They might be like Hero Clicks or something like that, but yeah, otherwise this is the only Sync you can get.
Yeah, well, from Toy Biz Hasbro era,
from articulated figures, yes. Yeah, this is the only Sync.
Yes, okay, I was curious, but yes, this one was a mail away to accompany the Generation X wave. But yes, there you go, Generation X, a team that would be nice to be completed because we have a couple. We have Monet who turns into Penance, who's up there, so that would be good. And then Jubilee would be easy, and she's so recognizable as well. It's like, yeah, I'd love completing team. So I agree with Rich. But his next pick is
Monet's not in this picture, is she? Because this is when she's separate.
no, but
from...
that's Penance, right? Is she not changing to Penance?
No, that came later. So
Okay.
the original Monet was trapped in the Penance body,
Okay.
and the original Monet in Generation X was the two twin sisters who merged together. It's complicated, Dad. Read Sorry
Okay.
to Generation
I will.
X. It's a good run. It's a good run.
I've read issue 1. You've sent it me. I've got issue 1. The foil cover. You sent me the foil cover. Yeah. What issue of Generation X is your letter in that you writ to Marvel?
Oh, it's near the end, so I think it might be the one before last issue. It's 74, I think. Issue 74.
That's pretty cool that you've got your letter published in your favourite storyline.
Yeah, just as it ends, like they're like, "Oh, we'll finally put his letter in. Go on, we got it out."
Got in there. But okay, so let's take it a little bit more modern then with your next pick, Rich, because your next pick is someone I haven't actually come across in a comic book yet, but I did today read the Future Fights issue 1. Well, I skimmed through it of Luna Snow.
I love me some Luna Snow. So she's like a modern day character. She's this K-pop artist, like down with the kids Marvel, but she's got like powers. She gets like, so she's got like ice and dark ice powers, so she can like destroy or she can like help heal people. Obviously, she's in the Marvel Rival game as well as like a healer.
That's the picture from Marvel Rivals. The picture in the behind is from the comics.
But her costume in the comics is not too far. Like some of
close.
the Marvel Rivals have been like redesigned a lot, and I think they've brought her into the comic books more aligned into it. So it's like she's her story is quite like, it's kind of like an 80s like Dazzler kind of story, that kind of thing. Like this pop artist, she's part of like a K-pop group, and then she gets these powers, so she's like decides to like save the world, save Seoul in South Korea. She ends up joining like the second incarnation of the Agents of Atlas, which is all like the like Asian Australian heroes all joined together. That good run again, and I think obviously because of Marvel Rivals, then they kind of like pushing her a bit. Of all the modern day characters that Marvel has introduced, she's a great character. She's got a unique look, and I think they could do a good job of her in Marvel Legends form. And I think like leaks are, hopefully we're gonna get some kind of version of her. And I think like with the Gameverse stuff from last year, I think you could fit a Marvel Rivals Luna Snow into your comic book display as well. So I think it would like please both people.
That's why I put both pictures on this image here, because I wanted to show people that the Marvel Rivals version is very similar to a comic appearance. So like if they were to do Marvel Rivals this year for a Luna Snow, then it could probably fit in a comic display as well, depending on your preference. But again, I like learning via the medium of action figures, I always say, and I always love learning through you as well. So again, I didn't know about this character until you brought her up and we talked about Marvel Rivals. So I've never played Marvel Rivals, I still haven't, even though it's free, right? But it's one of them where I don't even want to start because I don't want to get sucked in. I just rather watch from a distance. Did you see the couple of reveals from Blokees today for Rocket and SBDR?
Oh, from the Marvel Rivals line. No, I haven't got any Blokees at all.
Let me scroll up and see if I can find them. Paternia, shout out Paternia because he's definitely probably shared them on his page. So just while we're talking about Rivals, I'll show these. Again, like if Marvel Rival figures happened, I probably wouldn't get too excited because I've not played the game, but I fully am aware and appreciate that a lot of other people would.
I think when Blokees are doing them, and like even McFarlane is bringing out the statues as Rival, they've just come out now, haven't they? Like I saw Venom in Forbidden Planet. So I think with those coming, it's got to be on Hasbro's radar.
Doesn't look like Paternia has put them on his Instagram, on his Twitter, but they're on his Instagram. I apologise. The pictures are so fucking tiny. Go and check out Paternia's. I hate sharing Instagram on the fucking web. Go and check out Paternia's Instagram. The pictures are there of Rocket and Spider-Man SP/DR. Speeder, as he is called. Penny Parker's mech, essentially. But
they've not done a Penny Parker to go inside.
No, they're champion class. So they're about 6 inches. So that Rocket will be way too big for Legends. So
right, okay.
Spider-Man SP/FDR, I reckon that may be able to scale with Legends, like, and because it's a mech, aesthetically it might be able to work. But I think a Champions class version of Rocket will be way too big to scale with Marvel Legends. So we shall see anyway. I'm aware of Blokees. I've been sent Blokees, but I've never actually paid for a Blokey. so yeah, not something I've went out and seats myself. But Luna Snow, thank you very much again to Glenn Miller. I appreciate that. Just chipping away there with the 199s. I'm not mad at it. I always appreciate the support to the channel. Thank you so much.
He wants you to do Marvelous March again as well.
Is that what he's saying? Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Do Marvelous March again. I want to. I really do want to. I was a little bit deflated last year when I did 31 videos, and I think I'd lost followers by the end of it rather than gained. So I was like, that's a bit. Maybe the universe is telling me something. Maybe I should not. Dan, check your Instagram or email. I sent you the pictures of Blokees. Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you. See, Mark is actually very helpful. Unlike everybody else. Check your Instagram or email. Okay, I'm checking my email. Checking my Instagram.
Omar, so know that all the Blokees, have you got Omar saying like the Snorlax is like an early contender for figure of the year? Have you got to build them? That's what I was wondering.
Yes, every Blokees,
even like the Pokemon ones, you've got to build them. Yeah,
they're all like on sprues that you have to clip off and build. That's how Blokees get away with this, because they're not licensed via the action figure range. They're licensed model kits, so they're getting away with it. With these,
that's why you couldn't say action figure.
Yes, Blokees literally Blokees, Blokees.
Right, okay.
Blokees sent me some Marvel MCU ones, and they were fun. Don't get me wrong. I think they're fun for what they are. Like the blind box. I wasn't allowed to say blind box either. So they were eventually. So basically, right, in my mind, right, these Blokees were blind box model kits of Marvel characters, right? That in my mind, that's what they are. That's exact. But I wasn't allowed to use the word blind box. I wasn't allowed to use the word model kit. I had to say surprise figure or something like that. They give me very particular terminology to use. So
that's so many hoops to jump through.
Yeah, and so I did my video, and like people
don't say a shit. That's all they tell you, innit?
Don't tell them we send them you, Dan. Don't tell them we send them you. No, yeah. So Blokees, like I did my video, and then people must have thought I was a fucking weirdo because I didn't once say they were blind box model kits. Like, it was pretty hard to try and describe them without saying those things. But Mark Tac has sent me these across, so you can have a better look now, Rich. There you go. So there's Rocket. You've played the game. Do they look good for what they are based on the source material?
I mean, yeah, Rocket looks a bit basic, doesn't it? It looks a bit like, I don't know.
Blokees are basic. They're no paint apps. They're all
it looks like a kid's figure, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all plastic you piece and plug together.
But Spider looks quite good. I quite like that.
Yeah, I've got another picture here of Rocket. There you go, him with his big gun. If you're buying these to build like a unique Rivals display, then hopefully they all scale with each other at least. But I'm building. I always tell people
it's a giant rocket next to Spider.
Yeah, I'm building a Marvel Legends collection. People always get mad at me that I like Marvel Legends. Like, it's a Marvel Legends collection. I don't want random bits and pieces in there. Yeah. I do actually still have a few Diamond Selects sneaked in, but don't tell anyone. But yeah, these look fun for what they are. I just don't have any attachment to these character designs, that's all. But if something came out that looked like the comics and it was in scale with Marvel Legends, then I'll be more intrigued. But shout out Mark Tap for sending me them across.
Would
very
you
helpful.
get a Luna Snow then if they released her?
Yeah, I think I would. Because she's comic. I always... Do you know collectors try and create rules? I tried to create the rule for myself that I would buy one of every unique character. And then if I wasn't aware of who that character was, I'd learn via the medium of action figures. I'd do some research. I'd learn about it. I'd read a comic. I've always kept the promise to myself that if I don't know who the character is, read their debut or a significant comic. Do you know, I'll do a quick Google search or ask you, and I genuinely will read one issue. So I can confidently say every single character on my shelf, I have read the source material from. Do you know, I may not be like super versed in their whole arc and their whole story through the world of Marvel, but I will be familiar and I will have seen them. So So yeah, Lunar Snow. I've read, as I said to you today, I sort of went through that Future Fights version because it was her and it was that White Fox. What's
White
she called?
Fox,
Was it
yeah.
White? Oh, there you go. She's white and she's a fox. What's her name? What's her name? Oh, what's her name? I got there eventually, didn't I? So yeah, she looks good, and I do like the sort of modern day character story. Like you said, it's like a Dazzler origin, but modern day with the K-pop stuff like that. And again, everyone loves that. Even I'm aware of who the Demon Hunter people are, and this predates that because she came
Demon
out.
Hunter people.
Well, you know what I mean? Like this was like 2019 though, right? She debuted, so
Yeah.
this well predates Demon Hunters. So yeah, Marvel were ahead of the time with her. But anyway, nice pick. Anyway, nice new modern pick. Your third pick though, I was a bit confused of, Rich, because you just said to me, Dan, I want Madam Web, and I was a little bit worried, Rich, that you would focus on this down here.
Oh, you know, that's what I'm focusing on. Oh, the best of all Madam Webs in the universe.
Yeah,
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, so go on, tell us why you want Madam Web.
So I would take any version of Madam Web. Old lady Madam Web, like Sonyverse Madam Web, 100%. I would buy that. I would be the only one. Dude, someone did like an AI pack of all the fighting ladies from it. It looked so. I would have bought that 100%. I'd even take a modern day Julia Carpenter, but I think the version we need most is old lady on a throne from the animated series. Like, if you're going to do, like, throne versions, it needs to be that one. But if you are going to do Madam Web, like, a Sonyverse figure, I think the moment has maybe passed now. But if you are going to do it, I would definitely do, like, the end scene, like, where they're in that, like latex, like, one-piece suit, like, with their eyes, like, blotted out. Like, that would be a great figure.
Maybe she's a big deal in Secret Wars. Maybe they bring her back and she's, like, the key to... Do you know, like in the actual animated series, they bring in Madam Web and she picks a team to go and fight in the Secret Wars. Maybe that's what the MCU do with this version of Madam Web.
Maybe Doctor Doom is just like destroying the Amazon and every version of the universe he goes to. We'll never have him Madam Web.
Hopefully fucking not. Anyway, I've not even seen the film and I don't want to see it. But I do think Madam Web is a great choice. Now, I would absolutely be content with a comic version of Madam Web. But... my heart, Rich, my heart wants the animated. That was my introduction to the character, and that's my mind's eye of the character.
I would say the same as well. It would be the animated version. But equally, like, you could just do the animated version and then just give it the alternate head
with the bands,
and it would be easy to do both of them then in one go. I know the thrones are slightly different, but you could fudge it in. I'd want the green throne, like the animated series as well. That's what I would want.
Yeah, so in the animated series, she's played by Stan Lee's wife as well, which I think is a nice little Easter egg. So I would, yes, want the throne. The throne is a must, right, Rich? We can't just have a single packed Madam Web standing there in a long... She's basically wearing
if you're doing that,
sack,
you either do the Julia Carpenter modern day in the red Mac version, or you do Dakota Johnson if you want to do a single pack. If you want to do old lady, I think that's the Madam Web everyone wants. It would be like this one. She's going to be hard to put on a retro card, but you could do it. Like, I mean, if they could do Kang, they could do Madam Web.
In the 5-inch days, they did Madam Web on a retro card. It wasn't a Toy Biz packaging, but she was on a bubble blister card. I think she could be done on the bigger packaging, but I think Hasbro these days, with quality control and all that, she may be too heavy, so they will probably prefer to put her in a box. But I would take her in a box. Do you know, like, they haven't actually done any Spider-Man animated tribute things in a bigger packaging, have they? In regards to boxes, I know they did the VHSs, but we've never had like a deluxe scale figure that wasn't on the blister card. So, ideal release for me for Madam Web would be Madam Web from the animated show in the throne on the big deluxe retro card. That would be my ideal release, but I would take it in another packaging format just to have her.
Do you know what I would do to be a bastard? And I know some people who don't want Madam Web may not like this. I would do that, but then I would put Peter Parker in his polo shirt. Like, I'd do a 2-pack with a throne in the middle. So then people would buy it because they want that Peter Parker. So Madam Web would sell more.
We may be talking about a Peter Parker again. So yeah, Madam Web is absolutely up there as one of my most wanted. But when Rich said this, I was like, absolutely, we're talking about Madam Web. So I would take a comic one. I would. But my heart wants an animated, and I think if a comic one was revealed, I'd be like, yeah, it's nice. But I'd secretly be disappointed because I really want an animated one. So the one I definitely don't want is the live action one. Okay, I'm confident on that.
Oh, come on. You haven't even seen it. How can you make such comments?
Okay, I'll promise to watch it one day, Rich. All right, what day?
Go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's free, Dan. You can just sit there and watch it.
Can you
get
watch,
a lot of drinks down here.
Can you watch it in double speed on Netflix?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll double speed it while I'm working one day or something. But yeah, let's have the throne as well, please, because it wouldn't be the same. Your boy's got a toy. It says the retro card the size of a HasLab box, pal. It could be a made to order. Like, I know, like, HasLab's in disguise. Like, I know, who cares what they call them. Like, just make it happen. All right, just release it. Whatever you have to call it, super deluxe, whatever. I don't care. Just release this character. So that's what it's about for me. So there you go. Good pick. Another pick you had, Rich, and a few people said this to me on Instagram before we even went live. So I definitely heard the name Pixie, and she was on a wish list I made like on my first year on YouTube. I made a wish list of comic X-Men characters, and Pixie was in that list. I've now been on YouTube, Rich, for 9 years, and we still don't have a fucking Pixie. So is that my fault? I don't know. But why do you want Pixie in the Marvel Legends line?
Well done, mae hyn lafyn hadau yn anol I mi chwarae a chantorion enwogion o fri. As a proud Welshman and as the only prominent Welsh character in the Marvel Universe, Pixie is a must. Plus, shout out to Rob Pollack, who hit 7,000 subscribers, I think, yesterday.
Shout
so
out
well done, Rob Pollack. And
out.
his return is going good. But Pixie, obviously part of the Academy X. So like we said about Generation X, Academy X, apart from X23, has never even been started. We haven't had any of the kids from that version. And then Pixie, eventually, she's like a minor character in that, part of one of the, like, it's like Harry Potter School of Xavier. So they've all got their own little squad. They're all being managed by different people. So Pixie's not part of the main squad. She's in like one of the other squads, like outside. But then when the school gets blown up, and the mutant decimation happens, the 198 mutants, like Pixie steps up to the main team, goes to Limbo, gets like part of magic, Ileana's like soul dagger, like put inside there, and then it turns out she's one of Mastermind's daughters as well. So she's related,
Jason
like
Wingrave,
the two
right?
Lady Mastermind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great character. Like there was a point where Pixie was like not stuck, but she was like the Jubilee or sorry, Dan, something stuck in my throat of the X-Men. So she was like the entry point for people to the X-Men team, like in the San Francisco era. She was like in the Matt Fraction run. She was like the character they put through. It was like one of the X-Men free comic book days. It was like she was like the big character that they used to like try and push people into the X-Men. She's a great character. She's got a fun look. She's like, she can be quite dark sometimes, but she's also quite like fun and cheery. And she's Welsh, so she's tidy, Dan, isn't she? She's tidy. So I would absolutely take a Pixie. Plus, I think this costume, you can get a lot of reuse. You can do all of the other like Academy X females in this costume, and it's not too far removed from costume as well. So I think it would be an easy one to do.
Yeah, is this the costume you'd want to?
Terrible cough.
I skimmed through a comic earlier, and she had like different outfits through that. So, like, is this the look you'd want for her in her training suit, essentially, for the X-Men?
Yeah. So this is when she becomes part of the new X-Men. So the original costume, she's got like a helmet on, because obviously she can't fly properly as she's in to fly, and she's got this like green or horrible costume. This would be the one I would want, not her later costumes or when she was in like Krakoa. She was part of like I think it was Nightcrawler's team. I think she might have been the Legion of X or whatever, or Way of X, or whatever it was called. But yeah, I would want Pixie in this costume. This would be the one I would want.
Yeah, Emma Frost was all over the comic that I was looking at earlier to grab some pictures, but I always thought we would get a Pixie in the Legends line because, we got like the female Beetle, we got like Songbird, and they've both got like pink translucent like wings and effect pieces. And I thought, okay, surely it's a matter of time before we get to Pixie then. And then still 20 plus years in of Marvel Legends, and we've never had Pixie. We've never even had her in the 5-inch line either, right? So we've never had an action figure of Pixie ever.
Never had an action figure of Pixie, and she's not, like you said, she's not too hard to do. All the pieces they've got there, they can just like Frankenstein one together. But yeah, she'd be a great character. Even a box set of the new X-Men kids, like you could do Laura in her costume, Surge. You could do like Prodigy,
Yeah,
and some from the boys as
I
well.
cut them out of that image, but yeah, she's standing with the. It is X-23, isn't it? In a similar costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from she had a mini series, even like she had her own mini series, Pixie Strikes Back, where it was just like her going off, and that's how she finds the relation to Mastermind in that. Then
Let me find that actually, because I did have that earlier, and shouldn't have removed them. Oh, I've just put Pixel instead of Pixie, idiot. Pixie Strikes Back.
it's like her X-23 Surgeon Mercury, I want to say.
I wasn't
Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right.
I wasn't sure if one of them was Husk, sorry, but I don't think it is.
Oh, is it Blindfold? One of them might be Blindfold, actually. Because her and Pixie were quite friendly.
There you go. I'm just waiting for it not to be so fucking blurry. Everything's so blurry, everything's so... That's a Creed song, right? Thank you for the compliments I'm about to get given for that rendition. There you go. That's the cover. Were you right?
It is Blindfold. It is X-23. It is... Oh, I think that might be Armor and then Mercury.
Yeah.
I think, is that Armor? It doesn't look like Surge anyway. That's definitely Armor.
Isn't her hair too long for Armor? Hasn't Armor got like a bob?
No, Armor had long hair when she first appeared.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Armor. Jay Zachary says it is Armor.
There you go. Again, a box set of like that. I know, like it would be obscure to the masses, but I'd fucking get it. Do you know, like I love a team in a box. I love matching uniforms as well. I don't know what it is that is satisfying about a team in matching uniforms, but yeah. And again, they're all female, so you could reuse parts for sure. Like, yeah, I'd like something like that. But Pixie's a great choice. Another unique character to add to the line that we have never had. A little pink pixie ears, a pink hair.
I do think we're probably more likely to get Welsh Pool than Pixie, but there we are.
Yeah. Sad times, sad times. Well, we're putting it into the universe. That's why we do these lists, Rich, because we're putting it out into the site, guys. People watch, people are lingering. All right, now they know. All right, learn about Pixie. But you have another pick, all right? So that was your fourth pick, but we have one more. Say it with me now.
Hepzibah!
Now, Rich, before you talk about Hepzibah, I did put both images on, so I would like you to tell me your preference as well. But why would you like Hepzibah?
So Hepzibah is, I think, probably my most wanted of all females, and she has been the last 2 years. We haven't got her yet. She'd fill out that Starjammers set. We've got Crusade. We've got Chode, even though he's in the wrong color. But we like more than I know. We need Razor as well, Raza. But Hepzibah, we need more. Hepzibah was like, she's Crusade's lover on and off. She's been with Warpath. She's a bit of a space slag, like most Marvel's space females. She's a bit of a slag, but she's a fun slag. And she joins X-Force for a bit. She's in the X-Men. She comes back to Earth she leaves Crusade after the fall of the Shi'ar Empire, and then she ends up joining X-Force. I think it's Messiah Complex, or it's before they spin off into like the grey and black suit X-Force. She's part of the initial X-Force lineup, but then she leaves, goes back to space, hooks back up with Crusade as well. So yeah, I would love the more 90s look. So that look for Crusade, I would for Crusade, the Hepzibah I would like. Yeah, it's just that's what I think of. I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's more cat-like. It looks more like copycat in this look. But this is the look I think of, and this is obviously the look that she's got in the animated series. Like if they did a more skunkified original look, I wouldn't push that away. I would love that as well. But I like the more modern day version, or even the more modern day from when like Russell Dortmund, they did like a young Cyclops series and he went to space, and the look Hepzibah had in that was great. I think Russell Dortmund is one of the better costume designers that Marvel have used over the last few years. So yeah, I'd love a Russell Dortmund modern day version of Hepzibah as well.
I'm curious of what the chat thinks. So I have numbered both of these, 1 and 2, okay? So we've got the Jim Lee version 1, and then the more classic look number 2. So I've ended the poll of Build-A-Figures, which I think 70% of people still wanted a Build-A-Figure. But this question, I'm curious to ask you guys. What version of Hepzibah should we get in the Legends line? Because now, I know this wouldn't be ideal and it wouldn't be 100% accurate, Rich, but I would take the Jim Lee. I'm with you, by the way. I prefer, because my mind's eye of the crew is from that X-Men run, that sort of the Shi'ar Empire run, and I've even read the issues of Starjammers where they meet Excalibur and they team up with Excalibur to fight the Imperial Guard and stuff like that. So like, this is the look I want, but I do respect the previous look. So could we get this look on the left with just a second head as a tribute to the original look to use on that body? So we get both heads.
Yeah, you could do that, but
you could. It wouldn't be accurate.
I would be happy with just the modern day one. I would be happy with that. Not modern, 90s, even 90s.
Yeah, I would take the one on the left, but with both heads, just to give you that option. The outfits are similar. I know they're not bang on, but they are very, very similar. So yeah, Compulsive Collector said these are both terrible. Red top headband and boots with black pants is her best design. What era is that, John? And I'll show a picture.
That would be the Daughterman version. Russell Daughterman Hepzibah.
Okay. Russell Daughterman Hepzibah. Let's have a look. I'm back to being everything so blurry. Maybe I'll put Marvel. Oh, I've got a look from the animated show. Oh, okay. I got a picture. Here we go. I'm assuming this is the one he's referring to.
Oh no! I mean, that's the one he's referring to. Yeah, so that's more the X-Force run. That's Messiah Complex era Hepzibah.
Okay, that was just one of the top images on Google when I searched that.
Daughterman's version is not too dissimilar to that, anyway.
Yeah, there's more pictures of a. Is that one? Again, everything's gone a bit Creed on me. Everything's so blurry. Everything.
That's the same era. So yeah, that would be what John would be like Messiah Complex era.
One more, just for luck. There we go. Another one. There we go.
It's even less close again. That is.
There you go. But I don't think there's any arguments that I think these two looks would probably be the most popular. So far, 83%, Rich, want the first look. They want that Jim Lee.
Sensible people.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm in that category as well. That's what I would want for sure. So there we go. Let me end that poll. I'm ending that poll. Because there's not enough. No one's gonna. Number two's not winning anymore. Number two's not winning. But yeah, that leads us on to the wider conversation of completing Starjammers. Now, obviously, if we get Hepzibah, that's great. But that would leave Razor being that last sort of main core member. So we would have a piece missing to complete the team, and you know that would bug us. So a 2-pack would be ideal, Rich. 2-pack, I think, would be ideal. Rich doesn't want to spend the additional funds.
Just what Hepzibah. Adam Moran, can I sell you Raza?
Oh, Puddle of Mud. It's not Creed, it's Puddle of Mud. Sorry, it's my Kerrang era. That's I went through a phase in my early teens.
Puddle of Mud? She fucking hates me. La 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 la. That's Puddle of Mud.
I literally would occasionally go to the Kerrang channel on the music channels, and occasionally had a few songs on there I liked. But otherwise, it was back to MTV Bass because I'm cool.
MTV Bass.
I remember, yeah. MTV don't even exist anymore, Rich. That's how old we are. We're so old. Anyway.
People don't watch music channels now. They just watch YouTube.
YouTube killed it.
And Zara Larson TikToks. That's all the people watch anymore.
Yeah, I still don't know how TikTok works. Like, I don't understand how you find people and
you got to do the Zara Larson dance.
Not a clue.
Doing it all night, all summer.
Yeah, I don't want to dance and I don't want to lip sync. So if I don't want to do either of those things, then TikTok's not for me. It's just because you got to either lip sync stuff or dance. I don't want to do either of them. So like, yeah, TikTok's not for me. I'll go back to Marvelous March and get my 3 views again. Right. You can, Rich says to Adam. So Adam will buy Razor from you.
Yes, come on.
But yeah, Starjammers is another team I'd like to complete. Starjammers is one of those teams that they could put in a box set as an apology for getting Chode wrong the first time round, because Chode had too many fingers. He didn't get that yellow shade of paint that they said. But the Corsair's decent enough. Corsair's on a pinless body. Corsair's also on the Vulcan body. I think the Corsair we've got is a decent Corsair for in regards to the Marvel Legends aesthetic. So And yeah, Chode's a placeholder. Like, Chode is a significant placeholder. He reuses a lot of Abomination, but it made sense. I understand why they went in that direction. And sometimes, if that's the only way we're going to get these characters onto the shelf, then I can forgive reuse. Although, of course, never asking for reuse. Always prefer brand new sculpts and all that, of course. But I'm just saying, if sometimes that's the only way you're going to get these characters, I can forgive it. But he gave them too many fingers. They gave him too many fingers. So there you go, Rich. There was your 5. So you said out of that Sync would be your top most wanted male Marvel Legend character, and Hepzibah is currently your most wanted female character.
Yeah.
And at some point,
I would take all 5 in a 5-pack.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just a Rich displayed once 5-pack. I'd buy it, Rich. I'd buy it. So at some point during these live streams, you wanted a Tigra in the Legends line.
And we got one, Dan. We got one.
We got 2 Tigers now, essentially. We got one in the West Coast Avengers set. You also wanted Monet Senqua.
And we got one, Dan. We got one.
We got one. So does that mean that they're listening and they're watching, Rich, and someone out there wants to please you, and now we just need them to hear and know?
I think the earliest they thought, oh, that Rich M, he's a nice person. He's just behind the scenes, like just doing the research. So we'll give him a T Grey. We'll give him a Monet Senqua. And then when I took over the show, they realised what a bastard I was. And they're like, he's never getting an Hepzibah. Never again. We're going to make all the Crystal Warriors and we're never giving a Hepzibah.
Adam says you cannot forgive the reuse on the new Abomination. Bitter. On the new Abomination. No, I agree. The new Abomination probably shouldn't have been the Gamerverse, but we all knew it was going in that direction. I think all of us knew at some point that Gamerverse would get redone. Unfortunately, it's the Legends way. Not saying it's always a good way, but it is. Some things are very predictable. But anyway, here's Hepzibah. All right, so I've got a few more picks, but we can skim through mine because we've already spoke about a couple of mine anyway. So just like you, Rich, I just picked 5 Marvel Legends that I would like to see this year, and I'll just put it into the zeitgeist. But some of mine are very obvious. Like, I think people could predict some of mine, okay? So let's just start off very obvious, right? So this is my wish list for 2026. Put it into the universe, although I'd happily take all of Rich's as well. But let's start right here, okay? This is currently X-Men 97's 3 waves. We've also got an accompanying made-to-order Sentinel, although even if you didn't order it originally, you can currently buy it on Hasbro Pulse. So not really made-to-order, is it, when you can just buy it? Basically, it was just a pre-order for a Sentinel. So we've got the Sentinel to accompany 3 waves. Now, you would think, right, Rich, how many figures is here? Like, what, 16? 6, 12, 18, right? Whatever. Marvel Legends. You would have,
a number.
There's a number of Marvel Legends on the screen, right? I can't do quick maths, all right? I'm not Carol Vorderman or Rachel Riley, which I prefer. But my point...
18, there's 18
yeah,
there.
okay,
18.
I was right, all right? Shout out Rachel Riley. Call me. So there was 18 different Marvel characters that have been on the first 3 waves. And you would think that within those 3 waves, you'd at least get the core X-Men team. Out of 18, if you're going to do 18 characters from this new show, a rebirth of the show that sort of is etched in our brain as our nostalgia and our introduction for so many people to the X-Men, you would have thought they would have completed every character from the X-Men team. But no, Rich, no. There's a big blue furry gap in that lineup that I want to see in 2026. Now, luckily, I think we will see him, because how can we not? They can't go another year not giving us this man. It is, of course, Hank McCoy. Shout out the Powers of X podcast, because they love him. It is Beast. Daysprings is a big fan. But Beast, yes, Hank McCoy. I don't think even Daysprings could challenge that animated series Beast is a lovable soul and a nice character. Like, that's the era of Beast that I want to remember and I focus on. And Beast is the missing character from this X-Men 97 lineup. Now, is that because they are taking a bit more time to do the right thing and make him pinless and update him and give him the best animated, accurate head we've got so far? Maybe. I'm trying to be positive here, Rich, right? I'm trying to be positive. So, Rich, just a yes or no, okay? And then we'll dig a little bit deeper. But yes or no, first and foremost, will we get in 2026 X-Men 97 Beast?
I think we've got to. Yes, I would say
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so my second question, all right, that was a yes. Good start. Will X-Men 97 Beast be on the retro card to match the rest of the team? How beautiful. Yes or no, Rich?
I think no, Dan.
Oh,
I
for
think it's going to
fuck's
be
sake,
on
Rich.
a new deluxe. And I don't think it'll be that version of Beast. I think you get a new costume in season 3 and they'll put him in that instead. To go with extra long arm Jubilee who can touch your toes. Like, that's what we'll get.
Why do you do that to me, Rich? You break my heart. Break my heart. Cute Court wants a flocked Beast. Robo would hate it. Robo wouldn't be able to touch it. Yeah.
Have they ever done a flocked Marvel Legend?
No, I don't think so. Never had flocked Marvel Legend. Not even flocked hair. So yeah, Beast. Wanted him. I want him. So we got Beast this year in 2025. We got an updated Astonishing Beast, which was very nice. But Jim Lee Beast, I think, is everybody's preferred choice. Well, not everybody's preferred choice. I know John's going to come at me with his favourite choice in a moment. But majority of people's favourite Beast is Jim Lee era Beast. And we need. I know for a fact this isn't Jim's favourite John's favourite Beast. That's why I throw that out there. But yeah, it has to be this year. But like you said, Rich, I don't think it's going to be on the retro card. I reckon it's going to be in some sort of deluxe format. I think characters like Beast and Bastion, because if they do the sort of final form Bastion where he's got the big wings and all of that, then he's not going to fit on a retro card to do him justice. And I think some of these do have the thick bubble. I think characters like Bishop, Cable, Emma Frost, Executioner, I think even one of the Magnetos and maybe Madeline Pryor, they've all got the thicker bubble, do you know, because they're capes or whatever. So I do think you could put
safety.
Yeah, I do think you could put Beast in the thicker bubble. Who cares? For safety, I don't care. But I don't think they will. I just something about me, Rich, just knows that they have been watching our streams, right, and they've been looking at this picture, right? They've been seeing.
I don't. They watch us any. It's hate watching at this point.
People hate watch us. 100% people hate watch us, right? How do people know what I say unless they hate watch? Do you know what I mean? So like, they hate watch. They see this image and they go, "Fuck you, Dan. Not doing it." Again, big asterisks next to.
I mean, you've got to delete that picture now.
Yeah, I know. It's not the Jim Lee version. Yes, the character of Jubilee.
When I leave the show, it's because of this infograph. Remember that, everyone.
Infograph. I like that word. Never used that
There you
before.
go.
Infograph. An informational graph. Infograph.
There you go.
Word of the day, people. Write it in the comments on the replay crew, all right? Let's see if you're paying attention.
Informational graphic, innit?
There you go.
Infograph.
I like it.
There you go.
So yeah, no, Rich is absolutely correct. We want the Jim Lee look, and the version of Jubilee they gave us on the card wasn't the Jim Lee look. So big asterisks next to that, right? Shouldn't be on the list. I completely agree. We're never getting that top one again because that box set is retired. Orange cards, who knows? They're all over the place with that. Who knows? VHSs are on ice. Will they ever come back? Probably not now X-Men 97 exists. Remember, they did these VHS cards before the show came back. There's no reason to revisit and give us reissues with cel shading. We don't want it. Never wanted it in the first place, but we brought it because we love X-Men and we're idiots. Idiots with money is dangerous. But yeah, Beast, as you can see, is the gap down here with Jubilee, and they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. So just to fuck with me. Yeah.
Jordan from Canada says something interesting. Like,
Yeah.
what about the Mondo X-Men? Because Mondo Beast looks like it's jumped out of the original cartoon. At this rate, Dan, Mondo might get these figures out in like matching boxes before Hasbro.
Do you know what? Beast, I'm 100% buying Mondo Beast. I've got Mondo Rogue, and Rogue's holding my light for me. Shout out Rogue.
Wait, whoa, go back to the infograph. Go back to the infograph.
Back to the infograph. Okay, one sec. Back to the infograph.
Like, haven't Mondo Beast is coming, Jubilee's out, Rogue is out, Wolverine is out.
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't done Jean.
But they will get to Jean. They showed Jean. They showed a digital render of Jean. I swear they did.
But Jean's the last one, so they will literally complete the X-Men lineup for the animated series.
So what you're telling me, Rich, is that I should just go all in with Mondo.
All in with Mondo. Let's just be Dan who reviews Mondo from now on.
Do you know what? You're not wrong, are you? You're not wrong. If this is the main team that I want in these looks,
that is bonkers. Or that fucking Mondo have beaten Hasbro, have had the license for God knows how many years, and Hasbro can't even like put these X-Men out in just one uniform line. Like, come on.
I know.
Come on,
We're trying to spread awareness. People think.
Come on, Dwight.
Everyone thinks I'm a big shill and I like everything Hasbro do. If you actually fucking listen to me and Rich on a Thursday, we moan about so much, and this is something we bring up all the time. Complete a fucking team in the same format. Will somebody in these meetings just... You can steal this image. I stole it in the first place from... I can't remember who I got it from. Maybe Ash or Jimmy Boyle, Game Over Daddy, someone like that maybe. I can't remember. But shout out whoever originally made it.
On X, when they sent it to.
Yeah. They watch. So give yourself some credit in the comments, and I appreciate it, is all I'm saying. But I'm sure they don't mind me spreading awareness because they feel the same. So, I am absolutely buying... I'm thinking about buying 2 of the Mondo Beasts just so I can have one in the lab coat and one not. I know that's crazy, Rich, but he's my guy. Like, if that is going to be the best representation of my favourite version of Beast of my favourite character, like, why the fuck not? Because I'll buy one of the deluxe versions, because I wouldn't need to buy 2 deluxe versions because I wouldn't need 2 lab coats. I'm assuming the lab coat pieces are going to be in the time deluxe. So if I buy one time deluxe and then wait until Beast also gets a regular release, I'll buy a second one, and then I can display both lab coat and non-lab coat Beast. I think that's what I want to do. So yeah, it's going to happen soon. Like, they've already showed Beast off. They showed him off on a Christmas stream. I talked about it on one of my Legends and Liquor. I might have actually some images I can show. But on Legends and Liquor, I was talking about some of my favourite things for 2026, and we know it's happening. So yes, Beast is absolutely one of them. Have I got the images? Is it there? Is it here? Oh, I thought I had them. Oh, I do. There you go. Mondo Beast. There he is. I want it. All right, anyway. But Beast, there you go. I want that. Let's move on to another card back. You know I love the card backs, right? I'm a sucker for nostalgia. And my favourite Marvel Legends card back is, if you couldn't tell, with the epic wall behind me, and also more on the wall over there. I need to go full screen for that, all right? I'm not showing it off properly, am I? Look at that. Look at the wall. See, I literally I got electricians in to remove a light switch on this wall so I could display a whole extra row, all right? That's not even a joke. That actually happened. Amanda even allowed it as well. I've got more over there. The room's a mess. I'm rearranging at the minute, if you can't tell. I'm building risers, people. Go and watch my everything I brought in January. But yes, my point is, I love this retro card, right? Most nostalgic toy line. So if I could pick one, they're only ever going to make one more, Rich. They could only ever make one more. Now, you mentioned him earlier, and I didn't comment too much on it at the time, Rich, because I wanted to bring it up now. It's, of course, fucking Peter Parker in the polo, right? I know we have Peter Parker from the VHS. He was packed in with Smythe. Very happy he exists. He is front and centre on my display over there. I've actually got 2 of him because he was like one of my... Like, if my house was on fire and I had to grab like 10 Marvel Legends, do you know, just a handful of Marvel Legends, that Spider-Man would be in it. That Peter Parker would be
Ted, you'd have had her burning in the corner, but at least you've got your Legends now.
Teddy first. I'd save Teddy. Amanda can jump out a window herself, but I'll save Ted. I'll be like Flanders in The Simpsons. Do you know, he goes in, jumps out the window and does like a somersault on the mattress to go and get Homer. No, if you know, you know. But anyway, my point is, we have technically got Peter Parker on the retro card, right? He's up top, right? I can't even... Is he on that image? He must be on that image. Where is he? He's on there somewhere, isn't he? There he is, up there. He's there. All right, up there next to Electro, right? So we have technically got a Peter Parker on this card. But when they originally did this card, it was just a packaging tribute. It wasn't animated looks. It was just a way for them to get out some characters on some interesting new cards. But as this line has been popular and as it's grew, they've slowly started to make the characters animated accurate. Slowly. Like characters like Prowler, for example, is taken from the animated show. So if this, before this ends, we need an animated Peter Parker. There is no Spider-Man without Peter Parker. Arguably, Peter Parker is just as important as Spider-Man. And that's what's great about the animated show, is that you get... It's not like just Peter Parker. You get to see Spider-Man and Peter Parker's lives and how it's an issue. And I love the show. So this is the look. This in the salmon shirt he wore the most. Like, we've already got the salmon shirt. So this is now what we need. So if you're going to do it, put it on a retro card. This... on a Spider-Man retro card is genuinely...
How would you describe the Spider-Man TV show to someone who's never seen it? How would you describe it?
How would I describe it? Like in a proper formal way, rather than just saying it's a good show. Like
In like a one sentence, how would you? What would you say?
I think it's a it's I don't know how to best articulate it, but I think it's a really good embodiment of the Spider-Man character and story from the comics, plopped into modern day, and like beautiful animation as well. Do you know, like it's just a good show, good storytelling. Like, because you do sort of get the monster as episode format, but there's still an over arc as well. And I don't know, I just love the show. It's my favourite one.
There's lots of like serialized arcs as well, especially as the seasons go on.
They're mini movies. You could stitch together 5 episodes and make multiple movies of this animated show. Because you've got the Venom one, you've got the Sinister Six, you've got the Tablet of Time, you've got the one at the end is one of my favourites where Black Panther's in it and Captain America.
They do like Secret Wars, don't they?
Yeah, Secret Wars. Yeah, that's like the first MCU. Before MCU existed, this show did the crossovers, and yeah, honestly, I love this show. This is my favourite cartoon ever to exist. Simpsons or this? Oh, that's a battle for another day. I'm not even getting into that conversation right now, but it's close. It's got to be close. But my point is, Rich, I'm trying to put. Everyone's been asking me since Chameleon. I was pushing so hard for Chameleon, and now we've got Chameleon. Everyone's been asking me what's next. What's the next thing I'm pushing? Fucking polo shirt Peter Parker on the retro card. Don't let me down. Dan Yoon, I'll pay for your break dancing classes, right? Whatever you need to do to make this happen at Hasbro, do it, my friend, all right? I'll pay for your break dancing classes. Get on the table, lay down some cardboard and spin on your head. Make it happen. Convince Jesse Falcon, convince Mr. Stevie, whoever you need to convince. Peter Parker in a polo shirt. I know Jesse Falcon's going to come at you like, oh, it's just a man in a t-shirt. Nobody wants that. It's not just a man in a t-shirt. It's fucking Peter Parker. Make it happen, all right? There you go. That's my TED Talk. Peter Parker out to the universe.
Poor Hippo listening to Robin in the corner by himself. Poor Hippo.
Look, I love Hippo, but Peter Parker.
At least I'm stuck with Hepzibah. You're just moving on to other people, Dan. You haven't got time for that shit anymore, mate.
Peter's more important than Hippo. Continuing with that animated theme, I also wanted to shout out Man Spider. We did get Man Spider predates the Marvel Legends line with Spider-Man Classics, but we haven't had one in the Marvel Legends line proper. And the animation is very similar to the comics anyway, so a comic one would be fair game too. So I'd take an animate. I'm not as strong as Madam Web and Peter Parker, where I want the animated versions. With this, I would be content and like be more than happy with a comic one as well. But yeah, I've put this into the site, guys. Would you just question, Rich, from so far? Are you in on all my picks? Beast, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Would you
Man Spider?
Take a Man
All
Spider?
be good.
Yeah.
I would love a Man Spider.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Man Spiders. I'm just going to skim through these last ones because I'm conscious of time and I want to do an after show. So if you are a Dan Who crew, we still need 2 super chats at the. Where is it? Where's my button gone? If we get 2 more super chats within the next 10-15 minutes, then I will make it public. If not, it will just be a private chat with channel members. I'm always fine with that. It's never a problem, by the way. But again, if you want to support, then that's the way to do it. 2 more super chats over $4.99. I think it's the teal, whatever the teal one is.
$4.99.
Yeah, thank you very much. Otherwise, channel members, get ready because I'm going to be asking you your most wanted Marvel Legends for the year. Me and Rich are inspiring you here with some of our picks. But Man Spider's one. Again, don't really need to go into story on that. You know who Man Spider is. Big beast Man Spider. Make it happen. Exodus.
Exodus would be a good one.
Yeah, so I thought when we got Fabian Cortez last year, and when we got him quite early in the year as well, like Fabian Cortez is attached to the Acolytes, and like Exodus is literally from the Acolytes. It was his fucking team type thing. So like, I thought he would be coming. Like, I thought it just made sense for if you're in a boardroom picking about what Marvel Legend characters are next to be made, you don't just skim over Exodus and get to Fabian Cortez. Like, surely the Exodus has been on the table. So is it because he requires more unique tooling because of his character design? Because you're not really going to get much reuse out of his unique elements.
Yeah.
Do you know where Fabian Cortez I can see reuse, but I can't here.
That's what I would say. I would say because like Cortez is in like the acolytes like standard costume, so you could reuse that for a lot of the other male acolytes. Whereas like Exodus has always had his own look, but equally like Cortez was the original leader of the acolytes, and then when he left, that's when Exodus came in and took
that's
over
what I meant,
leading the
yeah.
acolytes. But
shit.
Exodus, I would have thought we would get Exodus before Cortez
That's my
because
point.
like
That's my point.
Cortez
Yeah.
has become like a bit of a laughing, like a joke in the X-Men comic books. Whereas like Exodus has always been this like big bad in the Krakoan era. Like he was front and center, like part of the Quiet Council. Like he was always there. And like even I know he was like just a bit of a dancer, but he was in the X-Men '97 like animated show as well. He showed up. So I would say sooner rather than later. And for all the '90s villains, like we said this a few times, like X-Men wise, I think Exodus is the biggest missing one that we haven't got, I would say.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like we're on the exact same wavelength. There's no way you get to Fabian Cortez without discussing Exodus. So, and in character significance, Exodus is more important, I think, especially like you said, if you take in consideration modern times as well. So, how has he not been made? Munsters Go Home says Dwight was overheard at San Diego Comic-Con saying Exodus is too expensive, which is basically what we're assuming is the reason they've avoided him as well.
I mean, surely though with Exodus, the only new bit is the ornate cape, really. Like all the rest of it, you could get reuse out of things. So I don't think it's not that
doable. It's absolutely
hard to do.
doable.
Yeah,
No, it's a human type character with some fancy outfits. Do you know, we're not sculpting a very unique monster that can only be used once. Like I complete like legs, boots, arms,
even
whatever.
then, it's only like the collared wing bit at the top. Like the cape could just be like reuse a normal cape as well. Like it's not that. I don't think it's that hard for them to do. How much money does that cost, really?
I don't know, but somebody again, like Exodus, like people, Zachary saying the same. Exodus is a huge hole in the collection. Yeah, when it comes to X-Men villains, he's up there. He's up there. It's like, why have we not got him in the Legends line? We got him in the
that
smaller
costs
scale.
40 cents more than doing another Crystal Warrior. Let's do another Crystal Warrior. How's that for you, Jesse? Oh, thank you, Dwight. You get your job for another 2 years. Yeah.
That's how it happened.
That's how it happens.
But that's the crazy thing. We've got Warbow. We've got fucking Warbow in the Marvel Legends line before we've got Exodus. Do you know what I mean? Like, the line's called Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends. And we have Warbow, who wasn't even a Marvel character. It's just someone Marvel's inherited over time.
And he's not a legend.
Exactly. And then we've got like a really solid X-Men villain here. X-Men, arguably one of the, if not the biggest sort of team within the Marvel zeitgeist.
Do a poll, Exodus or Warbow?
Okay. You know some fucker's going to say Warbow.
They all vote Warbow now.
Just a bit of market research for anyone hate watching us. Exodus or Warbow? Do you know any of the other Crystar characters we could put instead of Warbow?
No.
Yeah, how do I? So Warbow it is. There you go. Poll is live. Exodus or Warbow, right? Let's see what the people say. All right. Of course there's fucking votes for Warbow. Of course there fucking is. So shall I have a quick look as people are voting here, Rich? Hang on, here we go. Look at that.
Can you tell who's voting?
No, you can't. But if we could,
you can after the show, though, can't you? Yeah.
Exodus or Warbow? Let the people speak. I'm rich, bitch. Lorenz, shout out Lorenz. He says, "I have 3 Warbow figs mint on card, 2 to open. I guarantee you, this man's a liar. Guarantee he's fucking lying. I do not believe you, Lorenz. Prove it on Kenny's show later." Prove it. I'll be watching the recap and I look forward to seeing your 3 Warbows on screen. If not, you're a filthy, filthy liar. I voted for Warbow for a laugh. See, Mark Tac Tac, you're part of the problem. Part of the problem. I'm joking. Only joking. I even want an AOA Exodus. No, you can't give us AOA Exodus first. Give us the...
Oh, I do want to... No, but they do need to do, like, the Amazing X-Men AOA. They could do, like, I want cigarette smoking Dazzler. That's what I want. I think I've changed my mind. I think I've changed my mind.
No. You don't give us that before this. Do you know what? The poll is far too close for my liking. You guys are fuckers. There are more hate watchers on this show. Like, honestly, more hate watchers than actual people that like our content, Rich. Everyone remember to send Lorenz I Love You 3000 Iron Men. Oh, yeah, we're all planning to just buy Lorenz one of those, so he has no choice but to have a whole shelf of them. And because they're all gifts, he can't resell them on. So, yeah, justice for Warbo. Fucking hell. Yous are all idiots. Yous are all idiots. Right, I'm ending this poll before Warbo wins it. I don't trust yous. I don't trust yous. Yous have ruined the fun, all of yous. Right, let me go back to my list. Right, I do have another villain on this list, Rich, right? So let's play a guessing game. Let's see if the chat can guess as well. So it's another villain, right? And I will only answer yes or no. Go.
Is it a man?
Yes.
Is it a Spider-Man villain?
No. I would say no. But obviously he's encountered Spider-Man, but no. But no, it's not a Spider-Man villain.
Has the villain been in the MCU?
Yes.
Has the villain been in a MCU movie?
Yeah.
Is the villain from space?
No.
Does the villain operate out of New York?
He can be seen in New York, but I don't know if he operates from it exclusively. But
does the villain have superpowers?
it's awkward because I want to answer no, but he has powers, but I don't know if superpowers is the best way to explain his powers.
Does he have mystical powers?
Yes.
Is it Baron Mordo?
Ding,
Hey!
ding, ding. Yeah, sorry, I put the wrong image up, but yes, it's Baron Mordo. Baron Mordo, 20 plus years of Marvel Legends, Rich. How have we not got Baron Mordo?
Because they did a different version in the MCU, so it doesn't align with that. That's what it is. The MCU rules them all, Dan.
We do technically have two MCU Baron Mordos in the collection. I'm not. How can you pronounce his name? Ejiofor or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Ejiofor. I can't pronounce his name. But again, I like the actor. He has two very distinct looks in the MCU as well, because technically the one we seen in Multiverse of Madness was a variant. It wasn't from the regular Earth. I still want to see that loose thread. You know, from the end of Doctor Strange, where Baron Mordo wants to try and take. It seems like he's on a mission to take down all mystical users.
I mean, that's all it is loose threads. What's happening with Clea? Where's Hercules? What about Star Fox? All these fucking characters they introduced.
I can forget about Hercules very quickly. I do not want it. He looked like a shit Hercules. Adam Batman Moran would look more like Hercules. Just give him the helmet and a... What is it? What was he wearing? What's the strap called?
Not much. It was the guy from Ted Lasso.
Exactly. He's not fucking Hercules. That is not...
I mean, you can have Rachel Reeves. I'll take him over.
Gladly, because whatever. But my point is, comic Baron Mordo, right? I always feel like key Marvel characters, they've always got one bad guy, one key bad guy. Doctor Strange's nemesis, if you will, is Baron Mordo, and I've always.
I thought you were going to say Dormammu. It's Dormammu. Doctor Strange's nemesis is Dormammu.
I guess. Okay, fair enough. An argument could be made for Dormammu being the bigger nemesis. But my point still remains. There's a big nemesis of Doctor Strange, and that Doctor Strange universe is neglected. And last year, do you know what's crazy, Rich? In the Legends line, we have fucking Shumagora. This isn't a complaint, by the way, because I love this figure. This is an epic Marvel Legend, and if anything, this Marvel Legend just wants me to get Baron Mordo more, because Baron Mordo has used Shumagorath against Doctor Strange in the comics. Shumagorath was summoned Baron Mordo. Do you know? So. We've got Baron Mordo.
I like when you build up Shumagorath, your face has gone red as if you're possessed by the gem of Sitrak or something like that.
I think it's just a lighting. But my point is, it's crazy that we got such a unique, obscure character design like Gargantos. I didn't say Shumagorath lawyers. It's Gargantos, all right? We got Gargantos before we got Baron Mordo. I would love to build, because I've got I want to build a Marvel Knights display, which is street level characters like your Moon Knights and Deadpool, not Deadpool, I always get confused. Moon Knights, Daredevil, Punisher, and then I want it to sort of bleed into mystical characters, and it sort of go through, it sort of goes past Ghost Rider, and then it gets into like mystical Doctor Strange and stuff like that. So I want a shaft that sort of has the streets into the mystical, and it's sort of a Marvel Knights overarching theme. And I want more
Ghost
villains.
Rider was part of the original like Knights run. I think
exactly
Devin
my point.
Grayson's
Yeah,
Ghost
no,
Rider story. Yeah.
that's exactly my point. So it would be like Marvel Knights into like the darker mystical elements, and we don't really have many villains for Doctor Strange. Like looking behind me now, we've got Doctor Strange, Wong. Wong's great. Very happy to have him. Clea. And then we've also got, I guess, Nico Minora, Brother Voodoo can be included in that little crew. But then other than that, what like key mystical users within the Marvel universe do we have? Like we don't
You've got Dormammu. You've got
yeah.
Blackheart you could put in there as well.
Dormammu, Blackheart, the mindless ones, the builder figures, yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking on my shelf and I can't really think anyone else from the Doctor Strange sort. The Doctor Strange Rogues gallery is sort of where I'm going with this. I know we need like characters like Nightmare. You could probably use, what is it, Despair.
Put Mephisto when he comes out as well.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
Mephisto's on the way, like Cloud says.
Yeah, no, Mephisto, again, like this is why I think Baron Mordo is another gap that needs filling. And the reason I put him on the list, because he's an easy one. Like, if you're not going to give us a green outfit fucking version of, what's his name, Mandarin, like, then give us Baron Mordo. Surely this one's cheaper than fucking Exodus to make. What's your excuse for this? If we're overhearing people saying Exodus is too expensive, what's your excuse for this? This is doable. Stop pretending it isn't. Get it out there. Make it happen. You've put random characters in waves recently. Just think, you could have put Baron Mordo in the Blackheart wave. You could have put Baron Mordo in the wave we've just had. That was full of random characters.
If they put him in the execution wave, I would have had 2 bath parts then.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. So anyway, Baron Mordo's on my choice. And then just as a bonus one, Rich, because I'm aware of time, it's a long I've gone a bit longer tonight, but I don't mind. I like these type of topics. I just want to throw out a Young Avengers box set. We haven't had a box set revealed in a while. So is it because of Amazon don't want them anymore? If you would have noticed, within the last 2 years, Amazon have avoided the bigger box sets and they've gone for 2-packs. So I think that is an internal...
Because it's like, it's about $500 now if you want one. $100 figure.
I think internally it's sort of changed where Amazon are like, we don't really want those big packs anymore. Can we have something smaller? So Hasbro are giving them 2-packs instead. I'm assuming that's how it's going. So we're not really getting any box sets anymore. However, just putting it out there, I think a Young Avengers box set would be great. We got one back in the day, Iron Lad, Patriot, Hulkling and Wiccan. But we could have a new one now that has like Wiccan, Speed, Patriot, Cassie.
Barton.
Yeah, like we could like loads. There's loads.
Bishop, even Clint Barton.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I got it right away. But as well, like Young Avengers, you could even do like Volume 2, where you've got like Kid Loki, America Chavez are all part of the team. Like that's there's so many Young Avengers characters that they haven't done.
Exactly. Just pick 5 and put them in a box set, right? So Young Avengers is, I think, again, we don't need to go into detail. We want Young Avengers. And also just a random one, throwing it out there, because we were talking about these sort of Starjammers earlier, and Hasbro were so very nearly close to... here's a closer look at that box set, by the way, the Young Avengers. There you go. That's what we had. So they all need updates. What are you showing off for it?
These are the Legion of Superheroes, but like the Imperial Guard, the Marvel's version of the Legion of Superheroes. So I would take all of the Imperial Guard. That would be amazing. They could go next to my Legion on the shelf.
So a couple of years ago, Marvel Legends showed off this image, right, which is the 2-page fold-out cover for Uncanny X-Men 275, the whole Shi'ar Empire stuff. And we were told that they were going to do the characters on this cover. Now, we're missing
Zaladin.
From Zaladin, right? From from Savage
Savage
Lands,
Lands,
yes.
yeah.
Savage Land World, yes. We've been getting a few we've definitely been going in a direction of Savage Land. Last year we got the Savage Land, but I would have preferred a Zaladane in that box set than the Sauron, because selfishly I already had the Sauron builder figure. So if that was like a free female pack with Zaladane, Rogue, and Shana, that would have been epic. But I understand they put the reuse of Sauron in there, but people wanted Sauron again, so I get that. But she is the only character now on this cover that we don't have. Everyone else we have gotten, because we've got Deathbird, Lilandra, we've got a re-release of Gladiator, blah, blah, blah. And in this story, not only is the opening panel the Starjammers, and we have Warlord Professor X, we just need Hepzibah Razor, but other than that, we've got some of these. There is a page in this that I thought would be epic to have everybody in. This double page spread literally has Starjammers and the X-Men fighting the Imperial Guard. So obviously it doesn't have every Imperial Guard member on there, but I thought a box set with the members that were on this would be epic. So we've already got Gladiator, so we don't need Gladiator, but Titan could be your anchor. Titan's the obvious massive one. Would you take Titan, like, Dragon Man scale, not Dragon Man scale, Giant Man scale, or does he not need to be that big? Not that.
No,
that
I think
it would never happen. It would never happen. But I was just curious.
I mean, he could be because he can vary,
Yeah.
but I think like if it'd be more like Bath scale, like that kind of like level. I don't think it would be as big.
Yeah, I'd be
as that.
fine with like the Build-A-Figure Ant-Man scale version, or what's it, Super Adaptoid scale version of Titan. But yeah, Titan, Tempest, Bolt, Oracle, the girl, obviously, Earthquake and Smasher.
The girl.
It's just the girl. The fight is that is a 5-pack to accompany the Gladiator we've just got. That's why Gladiator's got a big X. Would be epic, I think, because for me, even though there are other members of the Imperial Guard, there's fucking loads of them, by the way. Like, we've already got Fang and whatever, but I just thought, in my mind, to have every character on this fold-out page would be epic, and we nearly have, but not quite. I say nearly, but we're not really nearly there either.
I take Oracle, but then I'd probably take Menta, and then I would take.
So you'd swap a few out.
Hassan, the like furry
Yeah, the
woman
whip,
with like
the whip. Yeah.
Manta, the woman with the black and white and yellow, like she's like a manta ray floating through the air, and then I'd probably take Smasher. I take Smasher as well. There's Smasher in the white costume at the bottom.
Yeah, he's in that page, I think, is he not? Yeah, he's down there. Yeah, here he is. Smasher, Earthquake, Oracle, Bolt, Titan's the big one. Who else is there? Yeah, that's all them there, isn't it? Oh, no, up there, Tempest. But there are loads. The Imperial Guard, there's fucking loads of them. But I just think that'd be epic. So I'm just putting it out there. This is never going to happen. Do you know what I mean? But again, more Imperial Guard would be great. Because you could build a whole shelf of just that Shi'ar sort of X-Men world. Now we've got all the X-Men. You could blur it into Savage Land as well. It could be like Imperial Guard, because the stories like go back and forth anyway, don't they? So Savage Land is tied in massive, and then Zaladane has her own mutant sort of team as well. They've got the big brain guy. And there's loads of what they call the mutates.
Amphibian is in there as well.
Yeah. So like there's like the Imperial Guard that are fighting the X-Men in space, and then on the Savage Land you've got like Nick Fury teaming up with Rogue and all of that. And I just love that particular run, and I'd love to have all those characters represented anyway. So that's the last one from me. But again, that one I'm well aware is definitely a wish list, but I just thought it was worth a mention. But there you go, Rich. So there you go. So out of all of them, how many are we going to get this year?
4. I'm gonna say 4.
4, that's good. That's a good number. I thought you were going to say 0. But I think we will get Blue Beast, because I think the rumours will be true. How could you not? They can't continue to not do Beast. If we're going to get X-Men 97 Series 2 this year, we're going to get more in 7 figures. You can't ignore Beast any longer. So Beast has to be there.
Blue Beast and Luna Snow, they've been on like leak things, so they've got to be, them two have got to be coming. If nothing else, those two.
Yeah, I think, but like I said, like Rich said, his most wanted male is now Sync. My most wanted male, again, is Peter Parker in on the retro card. in that t-shirt. I know it's not an exciting figure. I know. I'm very well aware it's not an exciting action figure. But for me, it's about what it represents. And as I build this collection, I feel like that would be a cherry on top, like as the last Spider-Man card back. So there you go. That's my list for me. But Rich, always appreciate you as I ramble my way through these things. But I always end up learning something new from you today. Today I learned about infograph. That was a great word. I appreciate it. I'm going to remember that. No comic knowledge, but I learnt that. No, beautiful stuff. We have also learnt that the chat hate us and they want Warbo and the rest of.
They love Chris Star. They're just Chris Star fans, Chris Star fans, they all are.
Yeah. Well, we never got enough super chats today for the bonus show to be public, so I do apologise. But it is what it is.
We get from Chris Star fans,
That's
Dan.
what you get.
They're not committed. They're not committed.
We shouldn't expect anything different, should we? But we're still doing the show, so if you're a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier, then it doesn't matter because you can be on the show. We can literally go and continue the conversation right now. So again, if you want to come and watch the show, become a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier. We're going to go and continue the conversation with some channel members now and see what they think. Amanda's going to be mad that we're not watching the traitors, but tough. She can wait. So yeah, if you're a part of the Who Crew Deluxe tier and you want to be on the after show, DM me right now. DM me on Instagram. I will send you the Zoom link and come and join me. Maybe Rich. It will be a surprise. We'll find out in a moment. But we're going to ask you wish list something for 2026 for Marvel Legends. All right, let's see. Put it into the universe to see if we can make it happen. But Rich, tell the good people where they can find you online.
Find me at Displayed Once on Instagram.
Beautiful. And we will be back next week. Let's hope for a reveal in the meantime. We will get reveals in January. Through what means, I don't know. But let's hope one slips through the cracks and it will give us something to...
I reckon TikTok. Maybe they'll do a TikTok reveal.
Lorenz with the new reveal. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, we'll be back next week. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, go and check out all my reviews for the Deadpool wave. I will be reviewing... I've saved the best till last, Rich. The most anticipated review. People were clamouring for this one. It is Cowboy Deadpool, or Cowboy Paul, as he is called on the box. I'll be doing this review tomorrow, okay? So if you have been eagerly waiting for a closer look on Cowboy Paul, don't worry, people. Tomorrow. It will be happening tomorrow.
Compare him to the Phantom Rider. That's what you need to do.
I will.
They're both cowboys.
And I'll compare him to Phantom Rider's horse as well. I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll use Valkyrie's horse. I'll wait. Oh, I'll use Black Knight's horse instead. Oh, wait. Rich, I don't think we have a Marvel Legend horse. I'm so sorry.
What about Better Ray Bill? He's got a horse face. You could use Better Ray Bill.
Just sat on his back. All right, we're out of here. All right, we'll see you next week. Go and check out my reviews, and I'm going to go to the bonus show. Let's hope for all of those Marvel Legends in 2026. All right, Dan Yoon, if you're watching, make sure you take a note.
Fingers crossed, Dan Yoon.
Go and check out the reviews for Deadpool on the channel right now. I'll make sure the playlist is right there so you don't miss out on the video, and I'll put a bonus one over there as well. First MCU wave of the year. I'm sure it will not be the last either. But yeah, I like these figures. Go and check them out, and you can moan about my opinion in the comments if you like. Engagement is key. Bye-bye.